Hello and welcome to PRSay. This is the official podcast of the Houston chapter of the Public Relations Society of America. I'm your host, Veronica Sopher, and I'm thrilled to be here with you on another episode of PRSay because we get to meet and engage with all of our members on this podcast. We enjoy connecting and making sure that people know each other. Sometimes we can't be at events face to face, so connecting on the podcast and reaching out to folks is the best way to grow your network in our PRSay chapter. So I'm very excited about today's episode. Before we get started, I want to remind you that you need to hit subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes of PRSay. So just hit that subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we release a new podcast. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you drop us some comments and my guest and I will come back and say hello to you. So with that, we'll go ahead and get this episode started. I'm very excited to introduce you to Leslee Hackett. She's joining us today. Hello, Leslee.
Hi, everyone. How's it going?
Oh, it's so good. I'm so glad to see you. And I love the festive headband that you got going on. I'm a big fan of that. And so tell me a little bit about yourself and your place in PRSay here in the Houston chapter, because we all come from it from a different direction. And I always like to start off so that our members know who they're meeting.
Yeah, for sure. So I went to school at Texas Tech, and I actually have my master's in communications from there. And I always love talking. So I figured, since I love talking, why not get paid doing it? And so I went and specialized in communications, and I've been in PR for about 7 years now, and I love it. I love the versatility of it all, that every day is a different day. It's not like a cookie cutter situation.
Yep.
And so that's what I love, the thrill of PR and communications all together. I got started doing school PR. I loved it. Like I said, every day was a different day. It was a lot of thrills and excitement. It was good sharing the stories of students and teachers across the district, sharing their impact that they have, within the community and with stakeholders. And so I did that for 4 years, and then I moved up into the corporate world. Loved it there as well, getting my foot there, seeing how it works in the corporate sector. And so now I am starting my own business doing communications. And I like that too, right? I love helping other people get their business started or help them out with their digital media.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as how I got involved with PRSay, it's just a year ago. I wanted to get my APR, and I found out, I had to be a member of PRSay in order to get my APR certification. And so that's how I started about a year ago.
That's awesome. That's very exciting. We love APR, and we love to hear folks really reaching for the goals. It does so much for our profession. Of course, I have a passion for school public relations as well. So, you had me right. You had me from the beginning, Leslee, because you were speaking my love language there.
Yes.
So tell us about how you go about helping folks with their social media, because for some people, especially if you're coming from an agency or a corporate background, you may not have your hands in social media. You've got maybe a younger team member or a different team member doing that kind of work. But there's a lot to it, and the strategies is pretty complex. So let's talk about that just a little bit.
Yes. So social media is constantly changing, right? All these platforms are constantly competing with each other. And like I said, that's what I love about the versatility about communications, is that you're always having to stay in the know and stay up to date with the trends that are happening. And so to get gradually started into social media is just simple. Just sign up and see what's on there. A lot of people knock TikTok because they're saying, oh, no one's on that platform. How can I market my business on it? But in reality, everybody is on it. My mom is even on TikTok. She's not posting anything, but she's looking up recipes, how to remove things in the kitchen, how to organize things. There's so much information alone on social media that I want everyone to feel welcome to be on there and to learn as much as possible. And so that's the gradual process. Just sign up and search for the things that you want to learn about and that you want to know about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it sounds like some people might be a little fearful of it, but once you get into it, and same thing, once my mom was on Facebook, I knew we'd moved into a different phase of our life, right? Because it's a comfort level. And so I think fearing what you don't know is half the battle. So I think you're right, just signing up. What are some of the, especially when you're working with clients who maybe have a marketing goal or a sales goal, what are some of the things you want them to be thinking about when it comes to implementing social media? Because some people follow the rules of only posting 3 times a day, or some people overpost or underpost. When you're working with folks, how do you get them to find the right balance?
Mhm. Yeah, so the great thing about that is you don't need to worry about what everyone else is doing, right? Just put the
Ah.
information out there. So starting with what you know best. So if you know for sure that you're a roofing company, start with what you know best by posting information about roofs, the different services that you do, and getting comfortable with what you already know before navigating and worrying about the great details of, yeah, how many times should I post? Should I do hashtags? Don't worry about all that. Start with the basics first and then move up from there.
No, that's true. The hashtags can be a little intimidating, honestly. Yeah. So do you recommend that when you're working with clients, do you recommend that they have a dedicated person to doing it, or how do you suggest an organization structure their social media efforts?
Oh, yes, for sure. Social media is a full-time job, okay?
Ah.
And so I recommend that's where I come in, right? You hire me to help manage and develop the social media content, the schedule, how you're gonna photograph, take pictures of things, do video. So that's where I come in, right? To help you with your business, to get that all in place because it is a full-time job. A lot of people, even yourself, even if you're not trying to put your business out there, you yourself are on there for hours, right? Minutes
Yeah.
at a day. And so it is a lot of work to maintain that. And so that's where I come in. And I recommend that you get someone dedicated to social media and knows what they're doing to help grow your business and to help get your name out there.
Mhm. Yeah. What's one of the mistakes that you see people doing as they're getting into the social media space? I mean, what's one that you're just like, oh goodness, if I could just help them stop doing that, what would that be?
Sound, right? So a lot of people will put up with bad video quality, but if the sound is horrible, they're going to keep scrolling. So I say sound is the most important thing, making sure that there's really no distractions in the background with sounds, that way people can hear what you're advertising and be aware of what you're advertising. I know that right now songs is a very popular thing, right? They're getting hit songs in the background because it's something that's popular and people will recognize. So sound is the most important thing, that if it's off, I'm like, okay, I'm scrolling. This isn't important anymore. I don't even know what's going on. So I say sound is the most important part.
Mhm, I would agree. Sound is definitely it. And being the wife of a sound engineer and broadcast engineer, I can tell you that that is definitely what we talk about a lot in our house. We can handle the visuals not being right, but the sound, then we're out. We're done. You lost us.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So, Leslie, when you are thinking about starting to work with a company or an organization, what are some of the things you're looking for in terms of being able to support them? In other words, do they need to be a brick and mortar? Are you looking for nonprofits? For you in particular, what really just lights you up as you're thinking about helping an organization grow?
Mhm. Honestly, I'm helping everyone. There isn't a particular sector or anything that I'm actually focusing on because everyone needs to be on social media because we're
Hmm.
in a digital world, right? As we're starting to enter the web3 things of the internet, everyone should be on the internet. So there's not really like a niche sector that I'm aiming toward because I believe everyone should be on there and they should benefit for the features that's on there. And so the things that I'm mainly looking for are, do you have the basics, right? Your mission, your vision, your goals. Do you have a logo, right? Simple things that's already started for your company. So that way, when you're navigating yourself on social media, all that stuff is set up because
Hmm.
everyone, when you're even posting, you're trying to get more information, you're always going to lead them back to a website. So making sure that those basics are set up are the main things that I'm looking for when I try to help out a company.
Hmm. That's great, and that's good to know. And absolutely, I agree. Everyone should be on the internet. So shifting gears a little bit, do you partner with any other organizations or any other firms? I know sometimes, I know some agencies just started in the last 5 or 6 years, even offering social media as part of their packages because they were just so focused on collateral or outdoor signage or whatever they were doing. How do you find that there's opportunity for you to connect with other PR people?
Oh, yes, for sure. Because we're everywhere, right? Because everyone is on social media. And that's what I love about PRSay, because there's so many of us working in the digital media space that we're able to connect and compare our agencies and see what's working, what's not working,
Right.
and build from there, right? The networking is important. So there really is an importance of that, right? Connecting with people, fellowshipping, doing podcasts like this,
Right.
getting your
Right.
name out there and everything. So that's the main thing about it.
Mhm. No, I think that's so true. And I love that our chapter in particular is so committed to finding those networking opportunities because that's what's really going to help us not only grow our own learning, but our own brand and our own businesses. And so you're right on point there. Leslee, how can people connect with you? Are you taking new clients? What are you up to, and how can people learn more about your offerings?
Oh, yes, for sure. So you can go ahead and visit my website. It's actually my name, lesleehackett.com, and visit me anytime on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I love. It's basically a professional Facebook. Everyone is on it. You can find so much information on there. Post, look, LinkedIn even now has a funny avatar, okay, a funny emoji. So you can even laugh on there, share information, all types of things. So LinkedIn is the best place to find me.
That's fantastic. All right. And we will make sure that those are in the show notes. Any last comments you'd like to make to our audience so that other PRSA members know a little bit more about you?
Yeah, stay active in PRSay Houston. It's a great chapter. Follow us on social media, right? We have a lot of great information that's coming out. PR Day is coming out in a couple weeks. So we hope to see you there because we know that we're going to be blasting out a lot on social media and using digital media altogether.
Yes, so true. Love the plug. Thank you so much, Leslee, for being on.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that wraps up this episode of PRSay. Again, our goal is to connect our members here in the Houston chapter so that we can stay connected and support each other in our learning and our businesses as we're growing. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. Just a reminder to hit subscribe if you are listening to the podcast. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, drop us some comments, say hello to Leslee and I, and we will be sure to connect with you. We'll catch you next time.